Good evening. The candlestick of Sardis. The environment, weather conditions, culture, etc. necessarily affects the people living in a particular city. And the same is almost unavoidable true for the congregation of that city. The default is that the congregation in a particular place gradually assumes the character of the city in which they exist. It is no wonder then that the Lord addresses each of the 7 congregations in its own specific context. With the congregation in Sardis, it is no different. The city was a rich city. The inhabitants of the city were known for their wealth. Due to its location at a crossroad of various highways of the day, it was a trading city. For instance, the first known coins from Asia Minor were discovered in Sardis. Those who can buy everything with money eventually develop an attitude of self-satisfaction and even arrogance. It seems that this spirit has spilled over into the minds of the congregation. They had everything they needed to keep going on. They had a reputation that they were alive. No threat or no financial shortages. Everything was in place. Because different influences entered the city and all had to be tolerated for the sake of their income, there was a clear spirit of tolerance and accommodation of everything and everyone in the city. And this attitude was, for instance, found in the Jewish synagogue, where Roman symbols were affixed to the floor. There was also, against all expectations, a Jewish and a Christian stall side by side found in the market square. Apparently, there was no conflict for the Christians to live in their pagan world at that time. Because the Christians fit comfortably into the idolatrous culture, everyone seemed to like the Christians, and there were no threat to them. They lived in peace, also in peace with the things that the Lord described to the letter in Pergamum as things of the Satan. Although Sardis was a city with a rich history, at the time of the letter, it had long since lost its shine. And this too spilled over to the congregation. They stagnated and arrived in their relationship with God. Therefore the Lord admonished them to repent and remember how it was when they first received the gospel. From the outside, the congregation looked good. People looked up to them, as people literally look up at the fortress city on the high hill. Things looked good. However, the Lord looks at His church with different eyes. He looks down at the church and He knows, Revelation 3:1-3, I know your deeds. You have a reputation of being alive, but you are dead. Wake up, strengthen that remains and is about to die, for I have not found your deeds complete in the sight of my God. Remember, therefore, what you have received and heard, obey it and repent. This congregation with a rich history, enough prosperity, a complacent and a rife attitude, and a tolerance towards the wrong in society that looked so good from the outside, is described by the Lord as a corpse. How does the Reformed Church Potchefstroom, the build, look like? Not in the eyes of ourselves or the world, but in the eyes of the Lord. Good night.